Hello, everybody. I'm here with Joseph Skoog. So, Joseph, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into running.
Okay, my name's Joseph Skoog. Um, I'm married and I have two kids, 3-year-old and a 3-month-old. And I'm originally from Washington. Moved to Tennessee after college, or right at the end of college. And I got into running in high school and middle school, really. My middle school PE teacher was very encouraging, and he wanted me to come out for his high school cross country team. And yeah, it was a great team, really great coaches now that I look back on it. And I've been running now for 10 years, I think. Just doing races every year, I would say. That's what constitutes what I mean by running. And yeah, the team was really great. The coaching was really great. There's basically three coaches and a bunch of great guys that I just got to. They helped keep me accountable, and I really got into the racing part and climbing a ladder, so to speak, with watching athletic.net times and all that stuff. It was really fun, and it just provided a lot of structure and for my life, so it kind of boosted it. And now in this later part, or this last few years, it's become a personal endeavor of mine. It's beyond just getting a college scholarship or any of that. It's just really fun, and I enjoy racing and training even by myself at this point. Even though training with the team is always the better way, always more enjoyable. But
Yeah. Um, do you think that you'd be where you are today without running?
I do. I think I would probably have gotten into a different sport or even just found something different to really get into. But I mean, it's the route I took. It's where I found enjoyment. So.
Do you have a favorite distance that you like to run?
Um, I enjoy the mile and the 1500, but I'm definitely better at the 5K. I think that's just because I've been training. The training I've done has been more suited for that. But the mile is very fun. I love sprinting at the end. It's exhilarating.
Yeah. When was your last race you had?
I raced I raced at Vanderbilt. I raced the indoor Music City Challenge. I ran under 14 in the 5K again that day. That's my
That's
second
pretty
time.
good. Pretty good.
It was it was a very fun day. It's fun because my family was there watching.
So what's that been like having a family now and being a runner? Has it changed anything?
Yeah, it's caused me to kind of not be able to be a part of a team uh, at the moment. That's more for just because I'm not organized enough to be able to go to a team practice. And it's I had to take a step back and start to learn, be more flexible at the moment. And I've had to self coach, I guess I would say. At least the last year I decided to self coach, and I've had to identify some specific variables to help my like the workouts and like the amount of miles I run each week. Try to help that continue to be consistent. And what I found, and so those variables I can tell you about those. But what I found with this process is that I I'm more consistent and have more of a long term approach to things. Um, and I might take a few more breaks here or there, but they're much shorter, and I'm able to get back on the horse a lot quicker. And yeah, and I think that's shown specifically with that 5K. I ran a PR, almost a PR in in February, which is pretty great. So
Um, where the 5K do you hope to be, but I guess the end of the year, any specific times you want to be get at?
um, I I see myself as someone who could run under 13:30, but for now, I want to. I'm not really concerned about hitting that time this year. I think that this year I want a PR. I want to run 13. I think it's 13:52. I want to run it faster than that. That's all I'm really hoping for. Other than that, I just want to make sure my training keeps. I'm making a big step in training right now, and I want to make sure that step I I increase that volume all the way up to where I want it to be by the end of the year. So that's the priority. But I do want to run a PR in the 5K.
Do you have any like races coming up that are like bigger than that 5K, like 10K, half marathon, marathon? Any of those races coming up or
I
5K?
am going to do a half marathon in in April. I'm going
Which
to do the
one?
Nashville Rock and Roll.
I
I'm
think I'm
signed up.
gonna I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna do that one too.
Oh, that's cool. We'll be able to. I'll try and I'll text you and I'll
Yeah.
try and find you.
Yeah, because I did that one last
Say
year.
hi.
I think it'd been like a 135
Okay, me
something.
too. That's great. That's really awesome.
Um, do you like that Nashville course?
Yeah, I've never done a half marathon until then, or in the middle of a city like that. So it's pretty great. I love seeing just being able to own the streets for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Um,
But how was it for you?
it was definitely fun. Like I kind of got like I did get the time I wanted, but also kind of didn't. Like in the ideal
Hmm.
way, I would want under 90 because I my PR is like 122, I believe. Like wait, 122. So so I was still 13 minutes off my PR, so it wasn't close to it. I was hoping, but also it's not like that course is the easiest course ever. Whereas when I did my
Right,
PR, it
right.
wasn't like fully flat either, but it was more flat than course was. So I guess like, and then I'm doing another half marathon in Nashville like in like a couple weeks. I forgot some St. Patrick's Day half marathon on like the 15th.
Okay,
Then I'm probably gonna do
okay.
the rock and roll one the following month. So, but I definitely do love the half marathon vibe the most. Or maybe not like in the moment itself. I might be like, oh, this really hurts for a long time. But I think that feeling after I cross the finish line, it just feels so I just feel so much accomplishment. Like I just did that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally get that.
Um, do you find running as helpful for your mental health as it is for your physical health?
Yeah, I think physically, I definitely get the endorphins after I run, or even if it's just a 30-minute jog. It's so good. And when I don't, I notice a difference. I feel sluggish all day, and emotionally, like I'm not as it's not as stable, I would say. And I think there's science that backs that, I guess. But uh, mentally too, it's a sense of accomplishment. It's it's a fun thing, and I think without it, I would still find some sort. At this point in my life, I would definitely find it some other sort of exercise if possible to keep doing that, even though I love running the most. So as far as amongst all the exercises, but yeah, mentally, it's very accomplishing.
Yeah, because I'd say for me, like I can definitely tell whenever I either like I've tried like it's been a couple of years since I'm not running completely like on a day off, but like that's where I really like unless I physically cannot move or can't run, I try to even if it's just like a mile or something, just so I can get something in because like I tend to notice, and for me at least, that I get more depressed and I just don't feel happy like when I don't run. But I can like having like the worst day ever, a terrible day, and I go for a run, and the day still might be bad, but it makes me feel like that little time, like 30, 45 minutes, an hour, however long I end up going for the day, just make it so much better.
Yeah, I think so too. My dad, he's kind of been into Ironman triathlon lately, and he works a stressful job. He's a concrete construction manager, and he says he calls it like an escape from all that stuff. And I thought about that a lot, and I'm like, that's interesting, but I totally get that. It's because it's not easy to exercise, but it's like a healthy way to to let off some steam and
Yeah.
get out there, just focus on your own a personal something personal.
Yeah. Um, do you have any role models in the sport?
Yes. um, I don't know. I definitely look up to people, but they're all my age, which is kind of funny. But um, some of them are, I guess. But yeah, I think it's just some of the big names. Like I've watched a lot of Mo Farah videos and some Galen Rupp videos, and it's cool to see Bernard Lagat. I used to run at GCU, and he was a coach at AS or U of A. So I don't know. And he went to U. What did he went to Washington State, and I'm from Washington, so that was significant to me too. So he's pretty awesome. And recently, I watched I watched Cole Hawker in 2021 with Hooper Tier run. He like such a 21-year-old. I was so like, that's what inspired me to do the 15. Um, and then same with the Norwegian guy Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
Yeah.
I really like that he shares a lot of the training. That's something I take a lot of that stuff. So
I just think for me, like all those top, like for me, like there's no one person that like I'm look up to the most because I think all like, how do you like running these times? Like 12, like when Grant Fisher ran like 12:44 indoors, I was just like these times are like a
yeah,
decade ago would be like thought of as impossible, and now like
well, it is a world record. So
yeah, and
yeah,
now they're like I feel like every weekend there's some big name happening, there's some big event happening. It's like, oh, this world record's going down. It's like every weekend it feels like something big's happening.
yeah,
So
it does feel
I'm like,
exciting.
what's gonna happen? It's like we're only in March 3rd. Like we're only 2 months in the year, and we've already seen some lots of records fall already. So like by the time we get to December, how many more will we see? It's like I just don't know. Like if there's a if there is a limit to like I'm sure I'm sure there's a limit, but like I just don't know how many more. Because I think really anything from the 400 up is potentially at risk, I feel like.
Yeah, he's a very
One and
competitive
two,
kid.
I don't think that's going down this year, but like anything 400, 800, like 800, I can see going down mile, 3K, 5K. I don't, 5K, 10K, I feel like definitely going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got, like, it's just so cool to me to see, like, I know that I'll never be anywhere near as good as those guys, but just like know that some, like, the body is capable of that. It's just like, it's just so cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's. I think well, I've talked about that with my friends and even my wife, and we. It was just. I think sorry, someone called me. I had to hang up on that. Personally, I think it's just that there's more publicity. Sorry. I hope he doesn't call again. My brother-in-law's
Oh,
calling me back. um, okay. I think it's just that there's more media and people are. I don't know. I think that the competition's going up for that reason. People are just seeing what other people are doing, and it just keeps them locked in all year.
yeah.
But
I also think part of it is genetically because I feel like there's how hard a person can try. Like if you're not born with that gift, like with that super talent, you're not gonna get there. So I think there is also a birth thing, genetic thing. Um, So what would be one piece of advice that you give to someone starting out in running?
Starting out, I would say, hmm, I guess when you pick a plan to follow, for a particular distance, that it really just comes down to being consistent and doing the right workouts, and right amount of running. And you can increase mileage for sure and increase your volume, but it really just comes down to every week, are you doing your workouts, and are you making a personal commitment to getting those done, and yeah, just try and take a long-term approach to it. Like it takes a while, but it and you gotta find the enjoyment of accomplishing one run at a time, and sometimes even one rep at a time when it comes to workouts. And yeah, that's what I would say is, there's plenty of good systems out there. Grant Fisher says it's not a matter of one plan or another. It's just there's a bunch of pieces, and it can be put together a number of different ways, even for the same distance of racing. And it's just about following that for a while, and gleaning as much as you can from that. But doing it every week, it really is just consistency. Like you see Cole Hawker videos of him running when he's really small, and Grant Fisher's been running for a long time, and a lot of other people run for a long time too. But it's just staying focused and doing the right workouts over and over and over again. And but you have to find joy in that. You have to find accomplishment in that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna get discouraged and I'm not running super fast right now, but you should be happy with the progress that you make. And I guess I would say something I learned was that it seems like like an injury would be derailing me from going down this path, and it's like a barrier, a hurdle to jump over. And I would say, yeah, it is difficult. Like when you get injured, or there's other stuff that comes up in life, that you have to put a lot of focus to get back on track. But I've started to see it like a knot in a rope. I just have to view it as I see it as a knot, but when I pull it apart, it's just it is a longer distance between the beginning of the knot and the end of that. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
the rope gets a little longer when you pull it apart. So yeah, there's more time to it, but getting back on track and getting back to the workouts and the that sort of thing will help. Or it's the way I had to look at it to keep going. So
And
because there's been
also
plenty of discouraging things. But
and also to add on that, I'd also say like never get like regardless of how you do it, just don't give up. Because I've seen for me at least in the past of what I've done is that like whether it's at the end of the race or like the mid race when like look at the splits I've done, like if I know if it's a split I don't want to see or split I don't like, I'll like kind of mini them like I kind of check out. And I know like that's not what I need to be doing because because more than likely I still have plenty of time in the race to like make it up as long as I can like mentally in this. So like and that's actually a big problem with it. Say like if you're not mentally in it, especially if you want to get good, you're not going to go very far if you're not if you don't have a strong mental capacity because you may like have one bad day and like well my dream's dead.
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like training your mental capacity is a big deal. Like being comfortable, being uncomfortable. It's that was something that in high school that I really worked on. It's like there's plenty of workouts and plenty of races where I was just uncomfortable, and that's just the fact of the matter. I had to get used to that, and that helped me re-engage because I have to work on that a lot now still, but I made a big jump in high school with that.
Um, Do you even like pre-race songs that you like listening to before you race?
Um, I think it depends. Like, if it's a really big race and I'm anxious about something, it more comes down to like a song that reminds me of a prayer that I've had. Um, but but during the race, I think the hype songs.
Yeah.
I've heard. I was at Brian Clay Invitational. Do you know what that
Yeah.
invitational is? And they played Thunderstruck for the first heat of the 1500. And someone set the Alabama guy set the collegiate record. It was so I was like, that's so cool. There's songs like that are pretty fun to. I think they're both are useful. Obviously praying helps me be at peace with just any sort of outcome, but the hype songs are sometimes if it's placed at the right moment and I'm focused, it's really helps at the end of a race.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like I'd both say the end is the hardest and like is easiest. Like if you're in it, you can like kick hard and that like sprint finish like that. Just feels so good. But it can also be like really tough where like you'll like have nothing. You'll completely fried and like you have nothing left. So like you just have no energy. So that can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But I definitely say that. But it's definitely crazy how much music does affect. Because usually I don't like I listen to music all the time when I'm like practice running or if I'm doing a work on my own or something, I will listen to music. But like usually like in a race, I don't know why. I just don't like doing it in the race. It may, I think it's just because like there's so many people there and the main reason why I even do it on regular runs is because it's more of like a safe. It's like more of I like because I like my phone like for a safety thing. Like I don't think I would fall. I don't think anything is going to happen. But like in the rare chance where like something does happen, and like if I'm in the middle of nowhere or like not any of people that could hear me yell, I could like call someone.
Uh huh.
So that's also the reason why I like and like I have my phone already here, so I might as well listen to music, which has been
Yeah.
why. But like if I'm like with a team or something with other people, I would try to just don't use my phone, just like run with them. So it's really only when I go on solo runs that I like if I'm with by myself, I won't bring my phone. But if I'm wait by myself, I will bring my phone. If I'm with those, I won't bring my phone.
It's good. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Um, my
Good
last
strategy.
question I have is, do you have a favorite race you've competed in?
Mm. Favorite race? Hmm. Like the like
Like,
what do you mean the
like,
fondest
like,
memories or
like specific race you've done? Like, what specific race that you've raced? Do you like have you found the most enjoyment of? Do you have good memories of? I guess is a big word.
well there was I went to Mount Sac. I broke 14 for the first time. I have very fond memories of that. And there's a few other ones too, but that one is I'm very fond of that one because my wife was there. So that was how she ran in the same meet that too. It was yeah, that was epic. So I'd say right now that's my favorite one. That was 2 years ago.
So, what was it like breaking 14? Like, we expecting it? Was just like come out of nowhere? Was that what the plan was and it just happened, or just like see what happens and you just got it? Like,
Yeah, I was kind of lacking confidence that year, but I did, and I training was going okay, and um, I was there at the meet, and I was kind of mad because I was like, my coach had me running the 1500 before. That's like 3 hours before, and I didn't really. I was like, why are we doing that? That's kind of weird, but it ended up helping the pace feel much easier, and I felt very much like awake and ready to go, which is I didn't know that was going to happen. My coach did, obviously.
yeah.
And whenever I approach specifically the 5K, I have a set strategy going through. It's not necessarily a time-based strategy. It's more of like a like physical cues I kind of look for. and I make sure not to go out too hard, and I make sure the first half of the race at least is there's no surging and there's nothing. It's as calm as possible, and I'm trying to close gaps if possible. And so there's a strategy that I have. And anything beyond that, I didn't expect. Like I just knew, I kind of knew like if I was sub 9 through 3200, I probably could break 14. And I saw like 856, and I was like, and I knew how I felt too. Like sometimes you grind through to 2 miles. That's not a good, that's not a good setup for the last mile. But it was good, and I could also hear my coach. He was pretty excited at that point. And yeah, I had a really great last mile, and especially the last lap. I ran a pretty good last lap, but I got kicked down by a lot of people, which is kind of funny. And yeah, so it was very unexpected, but that's how it is a lot of the time. Really, it's just as long as I stick to the right plan that I've done for since high school, that it's going to work. So it was unexpected, and it was a it was yeah, it was pretty awesome that day. I just didn't know I was going to be able to do that. I had nothing necessarily indicating that I was going to. So that was it's kind of how it happens all the time. It's like you just make these big jumps, but there's often a plateau right between the jumps, and it can be pretty long. So, but it's just about putting it. It was for I had been putting in the right work apparently, and I showed up, and it worked out, and I was very happy. I don't know, as I am with every jump, and as everyone is when they PR. So hopefully. But,
You got any other like last thoughts about anything?
thanks for interviewing me. I don't or just bringing me on and chatting. I think it's cool that you reached out and just wanted to talk about things. And I
Yeah,
think yeah
yeah,
yeah
cause I was just like, I love talking to people. I love running. I love talking to people about running. So, and I love watching YouTube videos. So let's make a YouTube channel where I interview people about running and just the idea like a whole bunch of people and just like see who says yes and who doesn't. But that's okay because I saw a lot of people that did say yes, which I was honestly really quite surprised by how many people did say yes. Because I was thinking like maybe one or two would say yes, but like I'm sure nobody wouldn't want to interview some random dude asking to be interviewed. But then like surprisingly, like a lot of people want my being interviewed. So like that's really cool.
Right, something messed up again. Yeah. Let's see, who do you have coming on like
Just
that
like
I would know?
I don't know. Just like
Anybody from the area,
I don't
Kentucky, Tennessee?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
you would know anybody.
Anybody from NAI? I know some names from NAI.
I'm trying to say, but none of I don't think not many AI people have gone back to me. I don't think this was hard to
Well,
know who
who are you talking to next?
my old teammate Zach Sever.
Okay.
I knew him.
Where did
He went to Bryan College.
he go to college?
What?
He,
He went
where
to
did he run in college?
yeah he did. What?
Which school again? Sorry, I cut out when you said that.
Bryan College.
Okay, nice. Well, I'll be watching your videos.
Yeah, I guess I gotta
Be looking